Right, it's Mother's Day this weekend. If your mum wouldn't mind something a little bit techie on Sunday, our gadget guru, Gary Steele, has brought along a few gift ideas for your mum. How are you, Gary?
Good morning, Paul.
Good to have you along. All right, let's start. Now, some of these on the surface look quite ordinary, don't they? Let's start with one that on the surface doesn't look that ordinary. This is the Go Anywhere Wet iPod holder.
That's right. It's literally an iPod speaker unit that can get wet.
Now, you get everything except, obviously, the iPod, which you...
That's right. You've
got
to stick your iPod in there. And now, you know, there's a bit of confusion here because on the blurb it says you can push it right down to a metre and it'll still play. On the box it says, well, it's better if it's kind of not absolutely submerged. It's really for a wet environment rather than a totally dunked one.
Well, you're not going to be able to listen to it if it's completely under the water anyway. But I suppose
that's the thing,
I suppose what they mean is if it does, like if you're a boatie or something like that, if it does get dropped in the water,
that's right,
it's going to be okay.
And also, I mean, but the key thing really is that it's great for the shower. It'll float like a rubber ducky in the bath, which is pretty cool.
Which is pretty cool.
I'd like to see an iPod speaker in the shape of a rubber ducky. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
But
so basically, you get the speakers. These speakers, and I can stick my finger in like this. You've got the control, all the control of the iPod, and none of that will let water in, up to a metre deep.
That's right. So
I mean, I would like to put it underwater and put my ear underwater to see if you can actually hear some of it.
Yeah.
But that's cool. How much is that?
And that is $229.
Okay, $229. So if your mother... And it's got a convenient stand, so you can put it in the shower like that, and that is just brilliant.
And I imagine it'd be good for the garden too. I mean, you know, you've always got
exactly.
wet stuff
if you get muck and all kinds of gooey stuff over it, just hose down. Right. You can hose it down. I mean, how many things can you do that with? All right, hair straightener. Now, on the surface, this looks like just your communal garden hair straightener.
Well, it's the technology behind it, I guess. You know, up till now, you've had...
How do you open it?
That's a good question. It's this thing here, I think. Up till now, you've had professional level products with the kind of thing, which is basically it has a readout.
Okay, so the readout is here.
Yeah.
What does it tell you?
It tells you how hot it's getting, so that because you can, you know, I mean, these things do get pretty hot. It'll go up to 100 degrees. Celsius in 30 seconds. So
most women will say, if it isn't a GHD, don't bring it in the house.
Well, that may be the case. I mean, obviously, I'm not really a candidate. I mean, Pippa would probably be the expert.
Well, your hair is beautifully straight, to be fair. There's just very little of it. How much is this?
That's $129, and it's a Philips Tresemme Salon Shine Elite hair straightener.
And it does have, which is quite good, one of these swivel cords. Yeah, and some of the really cheap ones don't have swivel cords. Yeah. So really you just have to suck it and see with something like this. And even your GHD, I mean, they just don't last, do they, quite frankly? And so you're always wanting to buy one of these, so you can't go wrong.
It's a lot, the price levels are a lot less, and it is, as I say, new technology to a degree.
Now, most people will recognise this as being a camera. Is this a particularly interesting camera?
It's I mean, you know, a camera. There are so many cameras out there at the moment. The competition is so hot, and value.
I do good camera turning on air. Have you noticed that?
There's so many great value cameras, but this does have an edge. It's 8 megapixels,
which is quite.
It's a tiny camera. It's the latest Canon EXIS 80IS, and.
It's got a big screen at the back, which is quite handy.
It's a high-res screen. Yep. It's a really clear high-res screen, and it's a really fun camera to use. You can set it so when you turn it on, if we turn it on here.
It actually makes the noise.
You can set it to make birds
How good is that?
And all that sort of stuff.
That is very good.
So, so
it's the inside of my hand. Let's take a picture of Pippa over there.
And what it does, it's got a little square thing which basically is face detection. And so if Pippa moves her head, it'll move with her head, which is really cool. So it fixes on the head and focuses and gets the skin tone right, which is great.
Actually you could leave this on the shore and go boating, And it could take photographs of you while you're out to avoid getting it wet.
Possibly, yeah.
That is quite clever. All right, so what you're saying is, here's a camera which is quite clever. How much is it?
It's $449, and the really cool thing, in addition to that about it, apart from the 5 colours, is that $10 from every sale goes to breast cancer.
Brilliant.
Foundation.
And I actually think that if your mum doesn't have a digital camera, if she hasn't reached the world of digital photography yet, then it's worth having a go.
I mean, you know, 2 years ago, you wouldn't have had any of the new technology that this has, face detection, or you know, the focusing is brilliant, and so it's so much easier and better.
Okay, I'm going to ask you for your pick of all these things soon. And how much is it? It's under $500.
$449.
$449.
Yeah.
Okay, this is, I think, for a mum on Mother's Day, one of the best gift ideas. The tragedy is you'll have to do it for next Mother's Day because you're out of time.
Or tell
it's
Mum
about
it's
this.
Be late.
Yeah. Or tell your mum it's going to be late. Yeah.
Well, Snapfish is one of the quite a few photo services, online photo services available, where you can basically you can put your whole photo collection online free of charge. There's no charge whatsoever to have your photos online through snapfish.co.nz. But what you can do in addition to that is put your photos in a number of different contexts. You can put photos on mugs, you can make greeting cards, you can, you know, all sorts of things. But I think that the best thing are these beautiful photo albums that you can make up.
One of the nice things is they use permanent paper, don't they? So once your photographs are stored in there, not only are they actually going to be looked at, but they're going to last.
It'll last 100 years or more. And
how much does that cost?
Now, it starts at $19. If you add pages and so forth, it climbs, and you don't know until you register and go on and start doing it. You don't know exactly what it's going to cost you. So you just accumulate that.
But you can do it on the internet. So what's that?
All
That's
on the internet.
Snapfish.
Yes, that's right. Snapfish.co.nz. And as you can see here, I mean, this is a person's actual baby album.
That's not the. I mean, obviously, the one you get will have your own baby in it.
Well, that's right. Yes, but this is a person I know.
Is it?
And it is indeed.
So we'll say nothing mean about the child.
And I mean, look at that baby, isn't it cute?
Actually, do you know? Shall I just very quickly, because we're almost out of time, but I'm just going to very quickly flip to, because me and Pippa were looking at this, weren't we, Pippa? And we found this fantastic photograph in here.
This baby is almost as cute as my baby.
Yeah. Oh, God, completely naked in that one.
It's over a couple more pages, but this is a beautiful photo. Next page.
Okay.
This one.
Look at this photograph there. Now, is that cute or is that cute? I think
What's
that's
nice with
cute.
these albums too is you can choose, can't you, Gary, that if you have them full page or you can have them sort of positioned in different ways.
Effectively do your own design.
Somewhere a little child waits. That is absolutely fantastic. So that will cost you upwards of $20, but as I say, you'd be hard-pressed to get one for this Mother's Day, but that is a brilliant idea. Your pick of them all, very quickly?
Look, I would go with the Canon. I know it's just another camera, but just because I've played with it and it's so much fun.
And it's just another camera, but it's a good one.
I'm a bad photographer, and I've got some brilliant photos.
I find that hard to believe. All right, thank you very much for joining us. That's Gary Steele from Tone Magazine.
It is a good bag size, that camera. It comes in a little pouch.
It comes with a little pouch.
Like a little leather pouch, so it's a handy handbag camera.
But the thing that I really like about it, and we must stop talking about it because it's time to move on, is the size of the screen at the back.
But also that it still has a viewfinder, because some of them now don't have viewfinders. Some people still like to take a photo with a viewfinder.
It does still have a viewfinder. What's the point of the viewfinder? Because it's not
Some people still like to take a photo with a viewfinder.
Well, why? Are they crazy?
Well,
Tiny little hole?
sometimes you can turn the screen off and then your battery life is much longer.
Oh.
And the common knowledge is that you don't get the actual picture on here. It often looks different, but it's gotten a lot better. I mean, in the early days of digital, you would look at that screen on the back and take a picture, and it often wouldn't exactly match.
No. Thank you very much, Gary. I like them all. I think you've done well.